let's do Python 3 and just check if it installs. If it does, then well and good for us, right? Python 3 installed, cool. So we're going to check up with Python 3 because that's what we are working with. If not, we'll work it up with Python 2. That's okay. All right, so now coming back to the code, we need to import a few modules. Import the sys module, which is quite important for, and if you want, and also of course the Adafruit library, that is the ADAFRUIT_DHT. Okay, so enter, and let me say in while true, I just need to use the methods. So there is a method called as Adafruit_DHT, and you can just get the temperature. So one of the methods that we can use, you can just have a look at the documentation once again. Go and have a look at the GitHub repository. So in the GitHub repository, you will see something like examples, and in the examples, you can have a look at adafruitdht.py, where you can see what they have done. So that's in the GitHub documentation. Always you need to say, so you can read the humidity and temperature by just calling this function read retry, and you need to say the sensor and the pin number. So sensor, you can say what is the sensor. The sensor, if you're using the Adafruit DHT.DHT11, the sensor number is 11. So you need to say the sensor is going to be 11 because DHT11 is, so you need to say sensor is 11. And pin number you can say the pin number is going to be whatever pin number that you put up on whichever GPIO pin that you put up. So you need to write there the pin number that we need to say. So let's say, and what you can do is you can just print this. If humidity is not none and temperature is not none, you can print it up by saying temperature is, you can format it, okay, and humidity is this dot format temperature comma humidity. So let's get this down. Let's write it up and let's run the code. So let's write it up. Let's write it up one after the other. So the first thing that we need to say is while true. We need to say, as we just saw it out here, we need to create. We need to say read retry, right? Adafruit DHT, Adafruit_DHT. Oh, this is bad. Dot read underscore retry. I need to say what am I using? Pin number 11, comma. Pin number 11, comma. I'm gonna say the sensor, that is pin number 11, comma the pin. That's what's the pin? So the pin number that I'm gonna use is, let me use pin number. Let me use GPIO 20 this time. So I'm gonna use GPIO 20 because 18 and 19 are used for the button. So I'm going to use 20 underscore DHT.read retry, and whatever I get, it will be temperature and humidity, which I need to store it, in humidity and temperature. So that's how you're going to get it. So store it up, humidity comma temperature. These are two values which are going to be there. That's temperature. And whatever I get, humidity and temperature, I need to print it up on the screen. So I need to print it, I need to say temperature, colon, and I need to format the string. So, I need to say the 0th element, colon, and because it is going to be, it's going to be, you can say 0.1. I need to have, accuracy of 0.1 at least. Temperature is this much. Whereas humidity is colon, put it up in this. That's the first element in the tuple, which I'm going to say in dot format. So it's going to be 0.1 F once again, and let me say dot format. I need to put it up in this temperature value that is there in the temperature variable, comma humidity value is there in the humidity variable. So I want to insert these values in this print statement or in the string, right? So it gets inserted out there. So this temperature value which I've got from here gets inserted here in this curly braces, and humidity value, which I've got it from here, that is in the read, that I inserted over here, right, where it's written 1. So the first element of humidity is inserted wherever it's 1, and it's inserted for 0.1 F, right, humidity, and humidity is in percentage, so you can just put it percentage, and this one is going to be in degrees Celsius. So you can just, for now, or degrees Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, so you can just say degrees, right? So that's all we can say, but we need to put this in an if, because we need to say if it's properly read. So we need to say if humidity is not none and temperature is not none, right? So which they have very well put it up here. So if humidity is not none and temperature is not none, then print this up, else print fail to get reading, try again. So we need to say if humidity is not none and temperature is not none either, correct? If both of them are not none, then we can print it up, right? Then we can print it up, and else we can say there's an error, correct? So I'll just extend this, else I can say print error reading from sensor. So with that, we are done with the coding part of it. We need to see how to connect the DHT sensor. How does a DHT sensor look like? We have not yet said. So you can see that in the video of the camera video that we are going to take up right now for the DHT sensor. Well, values are going to get printed out here, which we will see once we finish the connections. Okay, going over to the connections now.